So after examining present tense and conversational past, aka present perfect tense, we're now diving into the narrative past, also known as the simple past, but this time of irregular verbs. These are the wonky verbs that break all the rules in German. So watch out. So, narrative past, meaning, of course, it's used for a story or a narration. So, we're talking about a series of events in the past. Used a lot if you think about Märchen or German fairy tales. You'll see this a lot. With a regular verb, you might recall the t, tes, t, ten, tet, ten rule. So, here we have a present tense. Ich kaufe ein Buch. And in the simple past tense or narrative past, ich kaufte ein Buch. So that one letter T completely changes the tense in German. As we look at the irregular verbs, though, things get a little crazier. From present tense to ich esse ein Pizza or ich esse Pizza now becomes ich aß Pizza. That's not a bad word. It just means I ate pizza instead of I eat pizza. So because this is so crazy, you just have to learn them, you have to look them up, and you're gonna have to memorize them. As you continue to utilize more irregular verbs in your German writing and speaking, they'll kind of become second nature to you. And because English is a Germanic language, if you think about this, the context of this pizza sentence, right? In English, we say, I eat pizza. In the past tense, we don't say, I eated pizza. That doesn't make sense. So even the verb to eat in English is irregular because it is, I eat pizza, I ate pizza. And you'll start to see the similarities with German as well. So learn them, look them up. I'm going to show you a couple kind of ways to utilize that irregular verb chart. But before we do that, let's dive into the endings. With the regular, as I said before, it was t, tes, t, ten, tet, ten. With the irregulars, it's the base. I'll show you how to look that up. ST, so the base followed by an ST. Erzies is simply the base word. Vir is the base with an N or an EN, just depending on how the base ends. Ear with a T, and Z with an N or an EN. So you can think about this one as a chant of base ST base, EN T EN. Base ST base, EN T EN. And we'll take a look at how do you look up what a base is. So I'm just going to give you a few examples. I'll show you how to look them up in other locations. So we have Essen, the base is as, trinken, trunk, gehen, ging, beginnen, begann, nehmen, nahm, and sein is var. So what do we do when we're just trying to look them up? Let's take a look at that. So one way to look them up is to utilize your textbook or German grammar sites or German grammar handouts, and you would simply look at um, what is this stem. So here we have the infinitive column. So if I'm looking up the verb lesen, to read, I have the base in the past tense is las, and then the past participle for conversational past or um, present perfect tense is gelesen. So here I look up las. Let's say I wanted to look up rufen, to call. I could just, I'll scroll down here. Rufen, the base is rief. If you look over here, essen, the base is as. Fahren, the base is fuhr. So, oh, here's another good one. Fliegen, oops, I lost it. Fliegen is flog. So that's one way to look it up, is to use charts in your appendix, typically, um, or an index even in your book. So kind of look to see what you have available. The other is utilizing, this is one of my favorite online German dictionaries. It's dict.leo.org, dict.leo.org. So if I look up the German verb essen, I just hit enter, I am now left with the verb section. And here it says to eat. And here it shows me, here's the stem. Here's the base, as. And there's the past participle, gegessen. If I looked up fliegen, to fly. Flog is the irregular narrative past base. Geflogen is the past participle for present perfect tense. So that's another good way to look things up. So since you have to look them up, um, might as well start kind of memorizing them. Memorize them as you go. So let's take a look at singen. So the base, if you look up singen, is sang. And so if we follow the pattern, base, ich sang, I sang. So it's very similar to English. Du sangst, sie sang, right? So I sang, you sang, he, she, it sang. Wir sangen, ihr sangt, sie sangen. So there it is, base, st base, en, ten. And you can do this for all of the verbs, but I'm not going to make you do that now. Instead, let's look at this in practice real quick. Wir sangen das Lied. We sang the song. Pretty fun and easy. We could say, wir flogen nach Deutschland. We flew to Germany. Would be another example. Ich las ein Buch. I read a book. That's another example. So, Übung macht den Meister. Go ahead and try your hand at these 6 sentences. Some of these you're going to have to look up. So utilize a verb chart or one of those 301 verb books or 501 verb books, or use dict.leo.org. Pause this video, write out these sentences, underline the past tense of the verbs, and resume when you're ready to check your work. Die Antworten. Nummer 1. Frau's Eltern aßen Pizza und Pasta. Nummer 2. Heidi und Anna schrieben viele Bücher. Nummer 3. Wolfgang trank ein Glas Milch. Nummer 4. Rotkäppchen trug ihr neues Kleid. Nummer 5. Ihr kamt schnell nach Hause. Und Nummer 6. Mit dem Auto fuhr ich zum Kaufhaus. Danke.